Alright, JoJo, I need you to help me set up a party finder, okay, buddy? Can you do that? Perfect. Good morning, gamers. Hello. Have you ever opened Party Finder to find a wall of uncomprehensive hieroglyphics and had no idea what they're talking about? Have you tried learning the Party Finder language in Duolingo or Rosetta Stone? Have you completely cleared the raid tier and you're looking for re-cleared groups but still have no idea what the hell people are talking about? If you answered yes to any of those, I promise you're not alone. So I'm going to try to help walk you through some of the more popular acronyms that you may find in your Party Finder descriptions. This video will only cover Eden's verse and its acronyms, and I don't mean for this to be a guide for the mechanics, I just kind of wanted it to be a quick reference that people can use for acronyms if they are new or something. And we'll start with E5S and work our way through E8S, our first two acronyms. The E being the Eden raids, the 5 representing the boss number, or in this case, the 5th Eden fight, and the S representing the difficulty, or in this case, Savage, which is the hardest difficulty for the Eden raids. So let's go through some acronyms for E5S. Some of the common ones you'll see are the following. TN stands for True North, and it is in reference to how you will line up for the Furious 14 or spear mechanic, and it means you'll always go to the same safe spear if you count from north to south. The TMM RRHH and MTM RRHH stuff is just the roll order that they are setting to take those spears for True North. So for the first one, it would be the tank, melee, melee, ranged, healer, healer, in that spear order. Relative is also in relation to the Furious 14 mechanic and is the better option that I wish more people would adapt in Party Finder, but it essentially means you just count your spear number from Ramu rather than always counting it from the north. Triangle or Triangle CL is thankfully going away in Party Finder groups, but if you ever see it in a description, it just means that they're using Triangle Strat for the Chain Lightning mechanic. And Circle or Circle CL, the CL literally meaning Chain Lightning, refers to the formation that the group will pass the Chain Lightning mechanic around for both sets. Moving on to the acronyms for E6S, here are some common ones you will see. The first and second one are referring to the Hands of Hell tether in Ifrit phase and Rock Deposca phase. And it basically just means that in this scenario, the tanks and the healers will resolve the mechanic to the north side of the platform, or they'll take their tethers to the north side of the platform. And the DPS will resolve the mechanic to the south side of the platform. Soccer Cheese just means that during the Spark Strike mechanic, the tank will always pull the boss to the north and completely ignore the safe spot. DPS Inch is in reference to whether the DPS will be moving towards the boss after each line bait during conflag, and forward and back means the DPS will be going back and forth across that line to bait the green little orbs that are on the side of the platform. This conflag mess is in reference to the position that you will resolve the air bump mechanic towards the end of conflag phase. The 2/3 refers to the markers that the DPS will go to for their air bumps, and the 1/4 refers to where the tanks and healers will resolve theirs. But please keep in mind these markers will vary depending on your group, and a lot of different groups will do varying combinations of these spots. Moving on to E7S, we have quite a bit to cover, but the general pug strats still remain the same, and you may see some stuff like this. For Betwixt Worlds, we have a plethora of hieroglyphics to choose from, but all of these are referring to how the DPS will resolve their tethers, and each of these symbols can be looked at as a line drawn for each of the front tethers. TT is cross T and is the most common one that seems to be adapted in Party Finder at the moment. And while I don't really see many people call this TT anymore, if you ever do see this, then now you know. This one with the outside lines being fanned out and the 2 straight lines in the middle is the standard tether strat, where column 1 and 4 would go to the far edge corner without crossing, and the 2 middle tethers will go up the middle. And this one is where the tethers from column 1 and 2 will teleport to column 1, and the tethers for column 3 and 4 will teleport to column 4, leaving the middle open. Or you may see a better variant of this and a more safer variant of this one called full cross or reverse cross. And it's basically like the last strat, but the tethers in the same columns cross with each other, and it makes the mechanic a bit more safe and allows your healers and tanks to stay in the middle and resolve their mechanic. Some other ones that you may find in Party Finder descriptions are 2/6 puddles, which is just talking about the false moonlight mechanic, where you put 2 people, usually your tanks, on the left side of the platform, and the remaining 6 people on the right side of the platform to drop their puddles. 4-4 or 7-1 refers to how the party will handle the ad phase and is talking about how many people will be on one ad. Braindead is in reference to how your party will handle the color portals or void gates with the false moonlight mechanic. Light northwest or dark northeast is the area of the platform that the group wants players to take their colors during the Birdnado or the last phase. And HMR is the order that your group will soak the orbs as they go around the boss in the last phase, and it refers to healer melee range. And finally, moving on to E8S, here are the most common ones. Sharingan, Ilya, Hook, anything with LR at the end or somewhere around it usually refers to the light rampant mechanic. And I'm happy to see that Party Finder has finally started to adapt Sharingan a bit more, although I prefer them to use the Hook strategy. Uptime Scythe or Uptime Axe is talking about how the boss will be positioned if Shiva ends up casting Scythe or Axe after Light Rampant. HTMR or HRTM is talking about the order that the tethers and ad phase will be handled. So in the instance of HTMR, which is a really common order for the right side, the healer would take the first tether, the tank would take the second tether, the melee would take the third tether, and the range or caster would take the fourth tether. KB cheese or TN KB cheese is literally referring to knockback cheese, and it's how your party will handle the knockback mirror mechanic in phase 2 of Shiva. The TN or true north is just referring to which side of the platform your ad phase group will be on to resolve that mechanic. An example would be the right side ad group will always be on the right side of the platform for the knockback mirror in reference to true north. Slide uptime is just in reference to how the boss will be positioned during the slide mechanic after Iceland Dragon Song, and it just means that the tank will be keeping the boss in the middle instead of pulling her north like they normally would. And anything to do with WL2 is referring to Worm's Lament 2, and if you see something like melee swap WL2, it literally just means that if 2 people are on the same side and they are the same color, the melee will swap sides to resolve that mechanic. And some bonus acronyms that you may be curious about that don't have anything to really do with the specific fight. NOMNK is in reference to no mob. 2 chests just means that everyone in the group hasn't cleared for the week, and if they add anyone who has already cleared for the week, they will lose out on loot, which in turn would make their run a 1 chest, and that's what 1 chest is referring to. And a 1 chest group means that that group doesn't mind having a couple people who have already cleared, but they still want to have enough people who haven't cleared to still get at least 1 chest of loot. 0 chest or page run literally means that they don't care who joins, they just want to get the book from killing the boss. CW or CCW is literally clockwise or counterclockwise, and it's usually in reference to how the cardinal position players or the inner cardinal position players will rotate for a specific mechanic. The standard for pretty much everything in Eden's verse currently is the cardinal positions rotating to inner cardinal positions, but some groups may do their own thing. And for anyone who may not know, parse or purse or pretty color runs literally just means that that group is trying to push their rankings on fflogs.com. And clear for 1 usually means you'll be carrying someone who has never seen the fight before. So what are some crazy acronyms that you guys have seen in Party Finder? Did I miss any that are really popular on your data center? I don't really get off of Crystal much, so I'd love to know. I remember in Eden's Gate when I first started playing and I was trying to learn the symbols and numbers that people were putting in descriptions, and I had like no idea what was going on. Especially for like Titan, where you had like 5Y1, 6Y3, just all kinds of weird things going on. But I at least hope this helps someone who may not fully understand all the descriptions that are currently in Party Finder. Or I hope it sheds some light on mechanics that you may not have heard of before. I'll do my best to link the most popular and my favorite strats in the description, and I cover some of these in my Uptime Strategies video for Eden's Verse. Also, we're almost at 100 subscribers on YouTube, so thank you all so much. And I'll be doing a giveaway on my Twitter once we reach that milestone, so if you do enjoy my content, this is one way that I would like to give back to you for supporting JoJo and me in our adventures. Speaking of JoJo, as always, thank you so much for watching JoJo and my video. I really do appreciate you all taking time out of your day to spend it with both of us, and we hope you have a great day. Goodbye!